it was not just Pakistan. See, most of the people are missing this point. Our armed forces defeated the combined effort and forces of China and Pakistan. This is the point Mr. Narendra Modi is not elaborating properly. I don't know for what reasons. This is the point. None of the government officials are elaborating. I don't know for what reason. So, what picture is emerging now is Mr. Narendra Modi has arm twisted, or rather found an opportunity in the Apada, as he says. So he says that now let me use this upper hand of our armed forces to the benefit of my friends, Adani, Ambani, Yusuf Lulus. That's all he thinks about. That is the impression which is coming out. Share value of some Chinese defense companies has shot up. See, what have we got? After our forces achieved such a big task, such an impossible task they have achieved, and like how? What were they fighting for? Honor? Did we get honor? Did we get our heart full of honor, which every Indian wants? Did we want ceasefire at this crucial stage? Did Mr. Narendra Modi ask anyone in the country before giving a signal? Because he was having free hand, mind you. Two sides are enjoying victory, and it's crystal clear. Our citizens of India, Indians are not enjoying. This is not the victory we were looking for. We were looking for a permanent closure to the terrorist infiltration from Pakistan to India. Nobody is talking about that. This is not our victory. Our victory was round the corner. We had achieved it. Modi ji let it go. Some people are saying, as like always, Modi ji is expert in these matters, at least, snatching defeat from victory's jaws. This is what exactly is done.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. In the last 6 to 7 days, you've heard American President Donald Trump saying it not once but many times that he is the one who's brokered peace between India and Pakistan. And he has taken credit for the ceasefire between India and Pakistan. And also, another thing which he has been insisting is that trade is the biggest reason for the ceasefire. And he has said that I have been insisting on both nations that let's do trade, let's not do nuclear missiles. This is what he has said. And repeatedly, he's been saying it on public forums and his interviews. But now when you join the dots and few of the media reports which are coming out, we'll try and join the dots and try to find out that was trade the biggest reason behind the ceasefire between India and Pakistan. Now, to begin with, today, Donald Trump has met RIL chairperson Mukesh Ambani. He met him for a state dinner, and after that, I'm told that there are a few deals which are going to be signed. Then I'm going to show you some media clippings. Now, what are the reports look like? Now, here is a media clipping on your screen, which talks about how Pakistan has inked a deal. And this is a deal with a crypto company in which Trump's relatives have had a 60% stake. And regarding this deal, there have been meetings in Islamabad where Trump's relatives have gone in there, met Shahbaz Sharif, they have met General Asim Munir. And this happened just days before the Pahalgam attack happened. And this, by the way, is a story which is written in Times of India, and it has been reported. And I'm naming the correspondent before everyone says that we are putting out a fake story. This story has been written by Pradeep Thakur. This is a May 15th story, 2025, updated and advanced at 12:43 Indian Standard Time. I'm giving you those details. Then the second clipping, which I want to play out for you, is another screenshot of a story which is very important and it will help you to join the dots. Now, look at this screenshot on your screen, which talks about the fact that Trump Towers in Gurgaon sold out on day one, nets rupees 3,250 crore in allotments. Now, this screenshot shows that Trump Towers is another trade which Trump is trying to peddle in, not only in India, but across the country. So it's very clear that Trump is trying to see everything from the lens of trade, and this ceasefire also looks like a trade off. And how will the answers be given on this particular issue? And what is the significance of Donald Trump meeting Mukesh Ambani? And there are a lot many answers which now Prime Minister Modi needs to give. How will the accountability be fixed? Is it not like cheating your own people, cheating your own citizens? So we'll try and find out answers to all of this. Joining me this evening is Supreme Court lawyer and activist Mahmood Pracha, who joins us this evening. He's been traveling to Bangalore, so I asked him to join for this story, and he joins me from Bangalore this evening. Thank you so much, Mahmood. And there are a lot many things which have happened regarding this story behind the ceasefire between India and Pakistan. So many claims, and so many times these claims have been made by Donald Trump, and the various media reports now coming out. What does it go to show? That has the veil been lifted? Has the mystery been resolved? That it seems that trade is the only reason behind the ceasefire between India and Pakistan?
Uh, Thank you, Niluji, for speaking to me. Let's, as responsible citizens of the country, we have a responsibility to only say those things which are in public domain, and they should be quoted. And especially, I want to use in this interview today official statements and some facts which you have brought in on record just now. The fact is that our Prime Minister has, on an earlier occasion, said that money is in my blood. Mr. Trump is saying that he is a good businessman, he is a good deal maker, rather best deal maker. He knows how to crack deals. These are all quotes. I'm just paraphrasing them, but these are quotes of two heads of the state. One. Two, now I would say Mr. Trump, to his credit, is doing good to himself and to his country. In these troubled times, he has ensured that America plays a role as a hegemonic power of the world. He has stopped a war. That is what is being claimed by him. Mr. Narendra Modi Sahab, our great Prime Minister, so to say, addressed the nation at his what to say usual time of 8 p.m. People were horrified. What will come out of that 8 p.m. remembering the demonetization days? And something very, very horrific came out at this 8 p.m. address to the nation also. And I am just paraphrasing and quoting Mr. Narendra Modi Sahab. He says that we have, in the operation Sindoor, we have killed upward of 100 terrorists. We as a country, India as a country, has attacked and annihilated some of their air force targets and military targets. We have killed their army forces people also. This is what Mr. Narendra Modi Sahab has told us. I'm not adding a sentence in that. One. Two, he is also saying that Pakistan is nurturing and watering terrorists, and this he said in present tense in that 8 p.m. address. What was the declared objective of this Operation Sindoor? Why the entire nation stood behind Narendra Modi Sahab, accepting him as our leader was for the following reason, and that reason is very clear. That reason was he promised to the nations that he wants to finish terrorism which emanates from Pakistan, and he is going to do it. That was the mandate he was given by entire country without any questions. The only few conditions which people like me put was that give absolute free hand to the forces, do not interfere, but give them, just interfere by giving them more resources, more money. This was the mandate which Mr. Narendra Modi had. Our forces, living up to their reputation and living up to the duties which the nation has given them, they were on the brink of victory and attaining the declared objective, which seems slightly difficult, if not slightly, maybe slightly more than slightly difficult, of finishing off terrorism once and for all, if not for all times to come, but for a long time. This goal was almost round the corner. This is what is in public domain. This is the official stand of the government. This is the official version of Mr. Narendra Modi. So what he says is, we had killed their terrorists. Pakistan army's people are also terrorists because they are aiders and abettors of terrorists. So what we have done is, we have annihilated some terrorists, 100 odd, or maybe more than that. What they have done to us, and this is for the world to see and gauge. This is especially for Indian citizens. What have they done? Before, during, and after Operation Sindoor. Before that, Pahalgam happened. They killed our innocent civilians, trying to create divide between Hindus and Muslims. They killed our civilians and our valiant armed forces people during the operation. And after the ceasefire, so-called ceasefire, which was announced by none other than the guru of our Narendra Modi Sahab, Mr. Donald Trump. After that, they broke the ceasefire also. So, and this was all happening while our armed forces were in full control of the situation. So, what is the net result of this? And important question now, which faces us is somebody going to be responsible if something very, very sinister has happened? Because
No, but that accountability bit, Memo, that accountability bit comes later. But my point is that here the entire nation was told that we will strike back at Pakistan because our innocent civilians were killed, our innocent tourists were killed in Pahalgam. There was a retaliatory strike. Our armed forces did a wonderful job. Whatever they could do, they went an extra mile. They put in all their effort. But then all of a sudden, a ceasefire is announced, and trade looks like the major reason of this announcement of the ceasefire. Would this announcement of the ceasefire and trade being the major reason, is it not like cheating your own people? Is it not like cheating the armed forces? This question is a worrying question. I don't know how many media platforms are going to do it, but I'm really bewildered at this development.
see, we Indians, and I'm sure all the self-respecting countries' citizens, value our honor more than business, more than profits. Blood is, maybe blood will be in some Indians' veins. No, sorry, money would be in some Indians' veins, like Mr. Narendra Modi's. He declared it himself. Majority, not majority, overwhelming majority of Indians have blood, honor, love for their country in their veins. Our armed forces did what they did. It was not just Pakistan. See, most of the people are missing this point. Our armed forces defeated the combined effort and forces of China and Pakistan. This is the point Mr. Narendra Modi is not elaborating properly. I don't know for what reasons. This is the point. None of the government officials are elaborating. I don't know for what reasons. I mean, this is very, very unfortunate with our limited resources. And I'm not saying this again on my own. Our Air Force chief has said this, that we need more squadrons of, we need more resources. So, despite all odds, we had defeated our armed forces squarely because of their professionalism, their bravery, their innovation, their love for their country had defeated a much larger force, that is Pakistan and China combined. So then, when they were on the verge of victory, so what picture is emerging now is Mr. Narendra Modi has arm twisted, or rather found an opportunity in the apada, as he says. So he says that now let me use this upper hand of our armed forces to the benefit of my friends Adani, Ambani, Yusuf Lulus. That's all he thinks about. That is the impression which is coming out. So Mr. Ambani is meeting Trump Saab, and Trump Saab these days in a whirlwind tour across the world, cutting, signing deals, and wonderful deals, I would say, for his own country. What are we getting out of it? What deals we are cutting for our country? I think not even one. Yes, we are cutting deals at the cost of our country for Ambani's, Adani's, and Yusuf Lulu's. Is this a question which should not be asked? This is the question which should be asked. I will try to place certain more data. During this Operation Sindoor, the share, this is in public domain once again, the share value of some Chinese defense companies has shot up. See, what have we got after our forces achieve such a big task, such an impossible task they have achieved? And like how? What were they fighting for? Honor. Did we get honor? Did we get our heart full of honor, which every Indian wants? Did we want ceasefire at this crucial stage? Did Mr. Narendra Modi ask anyone in the country before giving a signal? Because he was having free hand, mind you. Every single political party, every single individual of the country gave Mr. Narendra Modi a free hand. And what did he use this free hand for? Without even asking the people. He to use a better word, some people are saying N is not the word. These days, S is the word. What is this mystery between N? Replace N with S. This is what most people are saying to some very big personality's name. So, what is this happening? And what Mr. Donald Trump is saying is very, very significant, which no citizen of our country should forget. What is he saying? Initially, he's saying, I have seen his latest interview and I'm horrified, I must say this. He's saying that both these leaders are big leaders. They are very sharp leaders, very intelligent leaders. He's comparing Indian Prime Minister with Pakistani Prime Minister. That's the least of our worries, and that's the least of the insult and injury which we are facing as Indians. Trump Saab also goes forward to say both of them are getting along very good. These are his words. I may be slightly paraphrasing. Then he goes on to say, very soon they would go for a dinner together. They might be going for a dinner together. Is this what we started this operation for? That Mr. Narendra Modi goes for a dinner with Mr. Shehbaz Sharif. This is what is coming from none other than the person who Mr. Narendra Modi openly at White House, he declared that I learned from Mr. Trump. Is this what our braves gave their lives for? impossible task. And is this what our civilians, I always call them first of our citizens because they are living in borderline area. Is this what Punch people gave their lives for? Is this what for what these twin sisters and brothers of 12 years of age gave their life for? Is this what Punch people gave their lives for? Is this what Jammu people gave their lives for just recently? Is this what our borderline state
No, and
people?
actually, there is no mention. There is no mention as to what happened in Poonch, what happened in Rajouri, how much losses have we incurred. There is no mention of all of that. But now BJP is going around and on a Tiranga Yatra saying that we express our solidarity with the armed forces without sounding triumphalistic. How can this be? Now that the whale has been uncovered, it clearly looks like what Donald Trump has been saying about the trade bit seems to be true. So, what is the moral tenability of the BJP to go around with a Tiranga Yatra now?
See, leverage. Two sides are enjoying victory, and it's crystal clear. Our citizens of India, Indians are not enjoying. This is not the victory we were looking for. We were looking for a permanent closure to the terrorist infiltration from Pakistan to India. Nobody is talking about that. This is not our victory. Our victory was round the corner. We had achieved it. Modi ji let it go. Some people are saying, as like always, Modi ji is expert in these matters at least. Snatching defeat from victories, Joss. This is what exactly is done. When Pakistan was on his knees, he preferred trade. He preferred money, which is in his blood, to pump in more money in his veins. That is what he has done. So, and what has he done? Now, let us understand this also. He has clearly sent a message to the world that you do anything to us. India is a big country. We can teach lesson to everyone. But you talk to me. This is the message Mr. Modi is sending. And I will hold the horses of Indians. I will fool them. I will divert their attention somewhere else. And I will give you best of the deals. And in return, you just take care of my friends like Adani, Ambani, Yusuf Lulu. Two sides are enjoying life. I mean, victory celebrations are happening at two places. One is in Pakistan. Second, in the camps of RSS and BJP. Who else is celebrating? Please tell me this. We would have celebrated if Pakistan had given in writing, asking for forgiveness, asking and signing an undertaking against some very heavy collateral that we will never send a single terrorist to your country. In writing. In writing. And what have we got? Kashmir issue is now tripartite. Mr. Trump is saying, and I'm horrified to listen to that, these people are going to meet in a third country. Both these people are going to meet in some country, and the 1,000-year-old Kashmir issue will be resolved now. Mr. Trump is telling us. So this is what our victory, this is what BJP is celebrating. I am not celebrating this. I will not celebrate any sentence of Mr. Trump. I cannot. I cannot bring Kashmir on the table of any third party. On any table where any third party sits. I will not. I am not happy. This is not my victory. This is not my victory that Trump Sahab is telling us that our Prime Minister is going to have dinner with Mr. Shehbaz Sharif without these undertakings which I have just mentioned. This is not my victory. It is BJP's victory. Yes, Mr. Ambani is meeting Mr. Trump. This is BJP's victory. Mr. Shehbaz Sharif must have got some deals, as you have mentioned, some crypto thing from Pakistan.
That's there in
yes,
the papers. It's a crypto company.
Times of India.
Which,
Yes, I've seen that. So Times of India is referring to that. So Times of India is saying this may be a victory for Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, Mr. Trump. This is not a victory for me. Ambani meeting Mr. Trump is, I think, I feel ashamed at this juncture at least, because the impression is good.
How to assume, Mahmood, let's come to the very basic things. That has this ceasefire brought in victory for Donald Trump because he's got sweet deals happening all across. It has got a political victory for Pakistan and for apparently the Prime Minister. But the citizens who were looking forward to avenging the Pahalgam attack, they have been failed today.
They feel defeated. They feel
Yes.
cheated. And the injury is more because our forces had accomplished an impossible task, fighting China and Pakistan together without all the equipment those people have, was near impossible, which they had achieved. Why
But I'm just
flout that?
wondering,
That is the
Mahmood,
question.
how will the no?
Not
But
that.
despite knowing all these trade deals which are happening backroom, how is the accountability going to be fixed? Should the Prime Minister resign? Should Amit Shah answer for it? Who's going to do the answering on behalf of the government? Armed forces are spotlessly clean. They've done to their maximum strength. But it
No more
seems
than
that
maximum,
they
I
have
would say.
been cheated.
People
Pardon?
who
You
know the
said something.
truth, you ask them. They have done more than, they have punched more than their weight.
Yes.
Definitely. It is not Pakistan. Again and again, I'm telling you, it is the combined might of Pakistan and China. And while these sweet deals are being cut and being enjoyed, I feel many other countries were also involved. And people like Major Gaurav Arya, one country which was not thanked by Mr. Nawaz Sharif, was Iran. Mr. Gaurav Arya abuses Iran, the ambassador of Iran. So who are these people attached to RSS and BJP? We have good business India, not Mr. Narendra Modi or Ambani, Adani, Yusuf Lulus. We have good deal. India has a good deal of petroleum. In fact, Iran's petroleum is called sweet petroleum. We have a good deal with Iran as a country. That is not palatable to the ecosystem of RSS. They will abuse such people. So I would really praise Mr. Trump. I mean, let's face facts. He had made a statement that he will finish wars from this world. So he was not so successful in Middle East. He was not so successful in Ukraine, but he is super successful in one phone call, one night of discussion, persuasion, whatever way, whatever method he utilizes. He says, I know how to cut deals. I'm best in that business. So this is his victory, I would say. He has brought the sagging reputation of US. It has given the country a big boost, and to his personal image, because India and Pakistan and India, it is the third largest economy. We are the largest nation in the world, population wise. One phone call, he solved this problem to our disadvantage. See, that is the message. He solved this
So my
problem to
final
our
question to you now,
disadvantage,
Chacha,
not to
is
Pakistan's disadvantage.
absolutely. No, but now the final question
So,
is that
all the praise
will
for
there be
Mr.
any
Trump, I would say.
investigation? Because it
Seeing from
involves,
his Niluji, one
but
second. Seeing
yeah,
from Mr. Trump's perspective, all the praises and kudos to him. So I think there should be there should be a jubilation and celebration in Mr. Trump's camps also. So three camps are enjoying. Mr. Trump got his country better deal. He got his reputation a better deal. Mr. Shehbaz Sharif got some deal or not, I don't know, but he got some respectability for his country, Pakistan. To be able to save his nose and his country's nose is a big achievement for Pakistan. When he was on the verge, the Pakistan as a country was on the verge of
no, but
surrender.
I'm
So
worried.
that's a
But
see,
I'm worried
celebration.
about
Okay,
the image. I'm worried about the image of our
just
Prime
let me finish
Minister.
this. Just one more sentence. I'm coming to that. And the third victory, of course, RSS and BJP camp victory. What is their victory? Money. Adani, Ambani, Yusuf Lulu getting good deals. Adani Saab, as I am saying, Adani Saab, if he gets, there that would be the clinching evidence. If he gets pardon in US, Adani, Mr. Adani, if he does not get a very long sentence in US, he's facing hundreds of years, then it's a clear-cut, simple, absolutely impeccable evidence that Narendra Modi Saab has compromised country's interest, and he has given a reason to celebrate victory to Adani, Mr. Adani, Ambani, and Yusuf Lulu and his political party. And anybody, now let me finish this by saying this, anybody in our country, and this goes true for all the tall leaders of opposition parties, who does not, as you are also rightly pointing out, ask for resignation of Mr. Modi, not Mr. Amit Shah. He's too junior now in the scheme of things. He was not having the free hand. Mr. Modi was having the free hand. If anyone does not ask, and not just asks, fights vehemently to the best of one's ability to make Mr. Modi resign, he is not true to India. He is not true to our constitution. He is not true to our people. That is my categorical statement. We should not rest before we make Mr. Modi understand what a big blunder he has committed to our country, and he must resign for that. And that would send the world message that if somebody does like this to we Indians, to our pride, to our interests, maybe he's sitting in the chair of Prime Minister, we make him go away from that chair, we make him resign, and nobody can dare compromise India's interest. Maybe he's sitting on the highest. That's the message which has to be sent to the world in national interest, nothing short of it.
And I just hope that we get some loud answers as to what all is happening. A lot of things are happening backroom. And we just hope we get some answers. Who's going to investigate? Will there be a joint investigation? Who can investigate all this? Because here you have the topmost democracy of the world who's involved in a trade deal. And what are we trading it for? For a ceasefire between the two countries. And after what incident? After which a terror attack happened in which we lost 26 civilians. Now, there will be many people who will be...
Neeluji, where are the culprits?
Absolutely. Where are the culprits? Where are the terrorists? How will the accountability fixed? These questions are the basic questions now which evolve from the whole story. And I'm sure there'll be clips cut out of this program. It'll be made viral, showing me and you as traitors, as gaddars, because we are raising the right questions. And so many clips are just doing the rounds just because we have been raising the right questions. Yes, Pracha.
Let me ask you a question. You and me, are we above our national interest? Let our necks be sacrificed on the altar of our national integrity.
Absolutely.
I care two hoots if I have to sacrifice my life, and I think you are suffering silently also in many ways which can be described, and I am sure you are also ready with your neck to be sacrificed to save the honor, dignity of our country that we hold above every neck we have in our country.
Thank you, Mahmood. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.